Did country singer Johnny Rodriguez really steal a goat? Or was that just a funny line in a David Allan Coe song? Well, here's the real story behind that famous lyric in Coe's Long Haired Redneck.
Johnny Cash and me met out of prison long before Rodriguez stole that goat.
Johnny Rodriguez does have one of the most unusual and legendary origin stories in country music. And yes, it really does involve a goat. Back in the late 1960s, Johnny was a teenager in Sabinal, Texas. He wasn't chasing fame or dreaming of Nashville. He was just a kid hanging out with friends and getting into the kind of small-town trouble bored teenagers get into. According to the story Johnny has told for years, he and some buddies decided to borrow a goat from a local pasture. Depending on who you ask, the goat was meant for a prank, a cookout, or just something dumb to do on a Friday night. But whatever the plan was, it ended with Johnny getting arrested and thrown in the county jail. Now here's where the story turns from troublemaker to folk hero. While locked up, Johnny passed the time by singing Hank Williams, Lefty Frizzell, Mexican folk songs, anything he knew. The sheriff heard him and realized this kid actually had a voice worth hearing. Word started spreading around town that there was a teenager in the jail cell who could sing better than half the acts on the radio. That word eventually made its way to Tom T. Hall, one of Nashville's greatest songwriters. Hall happened to be in Texas, met Johnny, heard him sing, and instantly knew he'd found something special. Hall brought him to Nashville, helped him land a record deal, and almost overnight, Johnny Rodriguez became one of country music's hottest new stars. By the early 1970s, Johnny was topping the charts with hits like You Always Come Back to Hurting Me, Riding My Thumb to Mexico, That's the Way Love Goes, and Pass Me By. He became one of country's first major Hispanic stars and helped change the sound of Nashville. But that goat incident, it never went away. David Allan Coe immortalized it with the line, "Long before Rodriguez stole that goat," turning it into one of country music's most famous inside jokes. Johnny has always laughed about it, saying the goat wasn't his proudest moment, but without that little run-in with the law, he might never have been discovered at all. So yes, the story is true. Johnny Rodriguez really did steal a goat, and somehow that tiny Texas goat ended up helping launch one of the great careers in 1970s country music.
Thank you, Tom.
John, that's a great song. That's a great song.